All right, good Friday evening, everybody. We're headed into the last weekend of 2025, and it's going to be a warm weekend. I dug this tie out of my tie drawer this morning. It's got snowflakes all over it. It would be more appropriate, I think, for later in the season, not for this weekend, but it's wintertime, so I decided to wear it. Anyway, it's going to be warm this weekend. We have got our wind still coming in from the south because of high pressure down in the northern Gulf. It's been sitting there for several days, so we've seen a persistent south breeze that's kept us warm, but it's also brought a lot of moisture in from the Gulf. Now, we haven't seen that reflected in rain because we don't have any storms coming through here. There's nothing to provide lift and cloud cover in the afternoon to give us any showers. But when temperatures cool down at night, the temperatures cool down to the dew point level, and that means we can see fog. So we're seeing the moisture in terms of the fog overnight and first thing in the morning. And that's the weather pattern that we've been in, and we're going to stay in until a front comes through here to change everything, kind of sweep us clean, if you will. So more fog in the morning over the next couple of days with temperatures way above average, and then in the afternoon, once the fog dissipates, it'll be mostly to partly sunny with a south breeze and near record highs both days over the weekend. Again, live IMAX 12, no rain. Rain is coming, though. When that front comes in, it's going to run into that moisture Monday, and we're going to see about a 60-70% chance of showers. I think the heaviest rain, any thunderstorms are going to be well to the north of us, so right now we're not worried about any type of really bad weather. It's just going to turn much colder once the front moves through. Certainly colder than this. It's 65 degrees with a dew point of 63 out there, and already we can see some of those clouds beginning to form right around Jackson. We do have a little bit of a breeze out there, and the wind tends to break up the fog. If the winds calm down, we've got a better chance of seeing widespread, dense fog. Where are winds going to be lighter? Well, they're going to be lighter closer to the high pressure, which is in the northern Gulf. So the farther south you go, the lighter winds you have, and the better chance that you'll see widespread fog. That's why we've got a dense fog advisory once again for South Louisiana, South Alabama, the Florida Panhandle, and the southern counties in Mississippi, the Gulf Coast, all the way up to the eastern part of the Pine Belt, and our counties that border the state of Louisiana, like Wilkinson and Amite and Pike and Walthall counties. You're going to be under a dense fog advisory until mid-morning Saturday. Temperatures are going to be in the lower to mid-60s to start the day, but once we begin to warm up, we get a separation between the dew point and the temperature. The fog dissipates, and we'll see at least a mix of sun and clouds in the afternoon, and these temperatures will make it into the upper 70s to low 80s. Now, the record high for tomorrow's date, hold on just one second. I got it on a Post-it note here. The record high for December the 27th in Jackson is 81 from back in 2015. That was 10 years ago when we had... Remember that week of Christmas 10 years ago in 2015 when we had record highs almost every day and severe weather every day? I remember that well. So this year we got the warm weather. Thank goodness we didn't get the severe weather. But so the record for December the 27th is 81 from back in 2015. We're forecasting 79. So flirting with a record high. It's not likely that we're going to tie or break it, but it's not out of the question either. And remember, it could be warmer the farther south you go, and with record highs generally in the lower to mid-80s, could a record or two in Mississippi fall tomorrow or even Sunday? It is indeed possible. So here's our high pressure down in the Gulf, and then we're going to see the clouds in the morning, sunshine in the afternoon with the south breeze, and then watch what happens to the northwest. That next weather maker, the next cold front, is going to be approaching. Notice heavier rain with that farther north in places like Missouri and Illinois and back into the Great Lakes states. For us, it's just going to be scattered showers when it comes through. I know this is showing a little bit of rain Sunday, and it's not out of the question, but I think the chance of rain is going down for Sunday and up for Monday. So we're going to give it about a 10% chance Sunday and up to about a 60% chance early Monday. After the rain moves through, we're going to be dry again for Tuesday, Wednesday, but it's going to be cold and dry. Right now, it's very mild across the southeast, spring-like, 60s and 70s, even at this late hour. It's about 10:45 at night. But look at Canada, where this is where that cold air is going to be coming from that's going to be moving into Mississippi for next week. So the air is not going to be this cold when it reaches Mississippi. The air mass is going to moderate as it moves farther south. But it is going to be cold, and it is going to be below freezing. We're going to be in the mid-20s for at least a couple mornings. I'm thinking Tuesday and Wednesday mornings. Those are the last couple of days of 2025. So tonight, not cold at all, 62 degrees during the overnight. We'll see fog developing, especially the farther south you live. Your sun's going to come up at exactly 7 o'clock. And then tomorrow, once the fog dissipates, we'll see partly sunny skies, a southwest wind, high temperature of 79, sunsets at 3 minutes after 5 o'clock. So Sunday, the record high for Sunday is 79 degrees from back in 2021. Once again, we're only going to be a couple degrees shy of that. Monday, though, it's going to be one of those weird days where the warmest weather is going to be early in the day, and then temperatures just go down all day long behind that front. So I think we could be in the 50s and 60s in the morning, and then cool back into the 40s later in the afternoon with winds coming in from the north at about 10 to 15 miles per hour. After the rain is out of here, though, we're done with it for at least a few days, but it's going to stay cold for about 2.5 days. 26 degrees, freezing Tuesday morning. Even though we get the sun back Tuesday afternoon, not much of a warm-up, just in the low 40s. Then we're back down to 26 Wednesday morning, and then we warm into the 50s. So Monday, Tuesday, and at least the first half of Wednesday, it's going to be cold again. Now, Wednesday night at midnight, of course, is when we ring in the new year. We bring in 2026, and in Jackson, it's going to be cold. Now, we don't have to worry about wind and clouds and rain or snow or anything like that, but it is going to be chilly if you're going to be outside and ring in the new year. We're expecting at least mid-30s, headed down to near the freezing mark for the first day of 2026. That would be Thursday. Thursday afternoon, though, doesn't look too bad. Mostly sunny with a high of 57, and we're generally going to be in the 50s to about 60 degrees for a high for the first couple of days of the new year. So, a little dose of reality is coming back. I know it's been nice and warm this past week, and we got at least one more weekend to enjoy that, but it is wintertime. It is the end of December, moving into January, and it's certainly going to feel that way at the beginning of next week. All right, today is Friday, tomorrow's Saturday, so meteorologist Austin Powell is going to be here with your next weather update. He'll be here all weekend, and then we're going to kind of get back to normal. Megan is going to be here next Monday morning. Roberto is back from vacation, as is Gracie. I am going to be off next week, so this is the last time that I'm going to be talking to you in 2025, but I will be back in 26, that first Monday of the new year. Until then, everybody, have a